had this family farm and a barn, and you know, it all started making sense really quickly that this would be a really interesting place to get together and make a recording. So, you know, we talked it out, set a date, and I had never been down there before either, so I just had a couple of pictures and kind of was walking in blind to the whole thing, which is what's really interesting about this mobile recording idea, is that you get into a space and you don't know what you're going to get back. In the barn stuff, there was a lot of pre-thinking that I got to do, because I heard the demos a long time before that session, and I could wrap my brain around it, and I thought up actually a lot of different things that we could do with the song, but that was more just as a worst case scenario. What I always really wanted to do was just go in there and record it live off the floor, but if something wasn't working, I would have a bag of tricks that I could suggest something to you.
Oh, she's a living ghost. She's a living ghost. She's a living ghost. Oh, she's a living ghost. She's a living ghost. She's a living ghost. I was almost happy. I am always free.
The barn had great acoustics, and it was really great just throwing a pair of room mics. That's pretty much what the recording is the room mics, really heavy, and then a couple of spot mics mixed in.
You're 1,000 miles away. You're 1,000 miles away. You're 1,000 miles away.
You know, I tend to overthink things personally, so when I come into these sessions, I have like a whirlwind of like dreams I've had about what it could be like, and in reality, like almost none of it is usually true. It's like, if that's the method right now, then that's the method.
You're 1,000 miles away.
We didn't even really know where we were going to record on the farm when we got there. We kind of found that loft space, and that worked out. Originally, it was going to be like whatever, like the little horse stables or whatever, which that was kind of gross.
That would have been a disaster. That would have been a complete nightmare. The little stalls for like the pigs or whatever. So yeah, I poked my head up into the attic, and I saw that room and how perfect it was for recording. So then we had to lug all the equipment up there. You know, my recording flight case, mics, instruments.
And my pedal steel amp's probably 50 pounds, and my pedal steel, the whole thing in the case is probably 40 pounds, and we're just shoving our gear through this 2x2 hole in the ceiling and climbing up a ladder. That was kind of nerve-wracking.
The pedal steel was heavy as fuck, yeah, okay. I think the bigger issue was when we got up there and we were like kicking and stomping, all the dust that came up was A, kind of disgusting, and B, definitely not good for microphones or recorders or anything for that matter.
I had hay all over my volume pedal and all over my cables. It was just gross. They stuck to it.
Yeah, and you couple that with like the rat shit that was up there and you know, the dust and all that stuff flying around. So yeah, when we left the barn, you know, it's kind of wheezing a little bit.